Did you know that there's liability hiring one of these? Are you a small business or a business owner looking to have a commercial plow company plow your property?
Welcome to another episode of Learning Local, where we showcase great places in our neighborhoods that you need to see. Today we're here at Oxford Insurance getting some tips on our commercial policies, and don't forget when it's renewal time, Ross has some amazing tips for us. So talk to us about how all of that works.
Well, the first part of it is that it is that time of year, and the snow is going to fly again. It's New England, it's coming, and sometimes we forget about it until that very last day. So a couple of quick tips that are really important, especially in the changing liability landscape that we have today. Number one is selecting your snowplow contractor. If you're paying somebody to plow your lot to keep it safe for your customers and your employees, number one thing you want to check is you want to make sure that person has coverage, and that they have coverage for snow plowing. And so an easy way to do that is to ask them for a certificate of insurance. And all that is a document that their agent will prepare that just says what types of coverage they have, what the limits are, and you want to make sure that snow plowing is noted on there because it's a separate type of coverage.
Okay, and then so real quick, if someone doesn't know what they're looking at, do you provide service like, hey, send it over to us, we'll double check and make sure?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I tell all of my customers and anybody I meet, it's more important to me that everybody understands and has the right stuff in place. And that leads into my second point regarding snow plowing is nowadays one of the second most important parts is that there's a contract in place. And that contract can help protect you and the contractor as well. And there's some things that need to go in it, and I always recommend to my clients as well that they bring their contract to a lawyer to review.
That was my next question.
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Which leads me right into point number three. Point number three is a very important piece. If somebody's going to have folks working on your property, their employees, you really want to make sure they have workers' comp. Because if somebody gets hurt and maybe that person doesn't carry it could come back to you as a business owner, and that's really something you don't want is somebody else's injury.
All right, Ross, it's renewal time for our business owners, and what are the top 5 tips that you have for us?
Absolutely. So everybody every year should get a copy of their policy as it renews, and then a couple of quick things that everybody should be checking every year. Number one is your building and property limits. Are they up to snuff? They change usually automatically on a policy, and sometimes you may be paying for insurance that you can't use or don't need. So just making sure those limits are reviewed every year is a great thing. Number two is going to be the class code. Everybody's policy is based off of what it is that they do for a living, and you want to make sure that if it's changed in what you do, you want to make sure the policy correctly reflects exactly what it is that you're doing. There's no sense in paying for coverage for a real estate agent if you're now a property manager. Those are a little bit different. Number three, other names. On our policies, we name the banks that we use, maybe the people that are lien holders on our car, or many other things. And you want to make sure that if those have changed, that they're all up to date and correct with the proper addresses. Number four, new risk. A lot of people these days, their business changes from day to day. Every year, if you've got something new going on in your business, you want to discuss it with your agent, or at least make sure that your policy will be okay to cover that. A lot of us will dive into some new internet thing or some new way of doing business, and you want to make sure that your policy will follow you down that new adventure. And the very last one, number 5, always try and get a full copy of your policy so you can review all of the terms and endorsements and exclusions and everything. And it's always great to ask if anything's changed. If you're staying with the same company, sometimes things will change from year to year. So there's 5 tips everybody can take, and it doesn't take a long time to do, and it'll save you a lot in the long run.
So what do you think? Ross had some amazing tips for us business owners. We don't think about snow plowing. We just want the snow to get taken care of so people can park. In addition, I know when I get my renewal, I'm always like, okay, yep, there's the renewal. I never think to check to make sure everything is in place. So give Ross a call if you would like some more information, or you would like him to take a look at your policy, 508-499-5055. This is Jennifer Jones, and thanks so much for watching Learning Local. And of course, if you have any real estate needs or of buying and selling, please let me know.